Hello, spooky family. Welcome back to an episode of Spooky Vault. Today we will be discussing 3 Stephen King films: Rose Red, Christine, and Misery. I will be doing a part 2 Stephen King edition where I cover 3 films that aren't so popular but are very, very good. This will be a quick review. I apologize. Things have been hectic. More on that in a New Mercy Unscripted next week. So today, let's first tackle Rose Red. Now, as a young spooky ghoul, my friend Ashley and I rented this 2 VHS set from our local gas station and would almost watch it so much to where we ruined the tape. Ashley, if you do watch my videos and you see this, let me know, because I think you'll remember when we were imitating Ellen Rimbauer with the hammer, saying, "Take the hammer." We would always freaking imitate that. So, Rose Red is about this college professor who wants to prove the existence of spirits and ghosts, and that when we die, we do in fact stay around, whether it be for unfinished business or what have you. So she enlists a group of psychics to further her research and basically wake this house of spirits. It was lying kind of dormant, it was abandoned, and her boyfriend just happened to be a descendant from the family, owns the house, so they go and they stir it up a bit. So at first everything seems fine. This is a made for TV movie, so I don't think, for a TV movie it goes in depth as it can because it was a mini-series, and it was casted so well that it deserves more props. It doesn't really have good ratings on the movie critic sites at all. So I don't understand it. I think they're being a little bit too harsh on it. I think to me it was decent, or maybe I'm just being biased because it's the first movie that got me interested in the paranormal and old buildings and explorations and stuff like that. So we follow Joyce and her crew, and we start to realize that the ghosts are not so friendly. We meet the spirit of the old movie stars that used to hang out there. And I love how the film goes from present day to they let us kind of see into the past, not so much. Because there is another movie to this. It's kind of like a prequel, The Diary of Ellen Rimbauer. If you haven't seen that, watch that one, and then watch Rose Red. But it kind of is, it's kooky. I like the way they make the spirits, and the thing is, you feel like these characters are there, like Zucchina. I think that's how they pronounce her name. It's been a while since I watched this. Or Zucchina. I almost said zucchini. Oh my gosh. Food on the brain. She lets them in the house, and she's supposed to be this housekeeper, and then later on we find out that she's one of the dead. And, Ellen's spirit is in the house, and you can tell that it's based off of the Winchester Mansion because Ellen wants to keep building this house. Even in depth, she does not want to stop building this house. So the psychics end up waking these spirits. Weird shizaroni starts happening. The spirits are obviously looking to, add to their ghostly family. Joyce loses her marbles, basically. She becomes so massively obsessed with the spirits, even though it's costing lives of her crew. She doesn't want to stop. She wants answers. She is so into what's going on that it doesn't matter, life or death or anything like that. It does not matter. She is going to get her information, whether it kills her or anyone else. And there's this girl, Annie, who's kind of a mute, and she has really strong psychic connection to this house. I really don't want to talk about the ending in case there's some people that haven't seen it on my channel, but, and she is a main key of saving the people that are surviving. So if you haven't already, please check it out. Let me know if you like this film in the comments down below. Second one is Christine. This is a movie that I grew up watching because my dad watched it so much that he can recite it without even, he hears the theme song and like the opening, and he knows. I don't even think there's a theme song to that one. I think it's just the beginning. I don't know. Second one we're going to be talking about is Christine. This is a movie that I grew up watching because my dad is a car guy and he knows this movie by heart. Like, he can recite it word for word. So, old car has a spirit in it. And, obviously it's directed by John Carpenter, so I might be a little biased because this is one of my favorite films and he is one of my favorite directors. So this really nerdy kid who's like always pushed around falls in love with this old car, and he gets it for a decent price because it looks so worn down, and somebody died in it, so of course nobody really wants to buy this thing. And so he fixes it up, and it has like a personality of a jealous girlfriend in it. And with him being connected to this car, he becomes obsessed, and it changes his personality, and he turns into somebody that not even his family and friends know. The effects are fantastic for this killer car, especially like when like she's crushed and then she comes back. Like, I think that is fantastic, and like she doesn't want anybody fucking with this kid, and if he threatens to get rid of her or doesn't want to be around her, she will turn on him, sort of thing. Really good movie, good effects. I think it's crazy because I always think that cars do have personalities, and when you have a car personality that is insane and you just don't click with it, the car's going to give you a lot of problems. But when you click with a car, it's not going to give you problems. But I've never had a car be as creepy as Christine. So, if you're a Carpenter fan, I definitely recommend it for you. And the third movie that we're going to discuss today is Misery. When I saw this movie as a kid, it actually made me terrified of, reaching out to the world with my talents. Basically, it is about a crazed fan who finds her favorite author in a snowstorm, and he's in his car, trapped in his car, and she takes him to her house for safety. And she happened to be a nurse in the medical field, so she's saying, okay, I'm gonna help you, the roads are blocked, all this kind of stuff. And she ends up being really freaking kooky, obsessive, wanting him to finish the book. She's so obsessed with his characters. Albert, I'm trying to record here! Anyway, she's so obsessed with his characters, she doesn't like the way that he wrote the book. So she makes him rewrite it again. And rewrite it, and rewrite it, and rewrite it. And he starts to catch on that she's a little cuckoo bananas. There's one scene that makes me cringe, and it's when she breaks his ankles. That part always makes me cringe. I can watch a lot. I can watch guts, gore, all that kind of stuff, but as soon as you start breaking bones, I'm like, ooh. You know what I mean? So basically, he has to fight for his life to try to get out. And what's crazy about this movie is that it could be real. There are nut jobs out there that follow us around. Especially when you're in the limelight like that. Like, could you imagine just, all you want to do is rest up and get better and get back to your normalcy, and you have like this crazed fan like, trying to, nobody can have you, you're mine, blah blah. Oh my gosh, it terrified me for the longest time. Not wanting to be in the public eye and all that stuff. So that one out of all three of these has to be the most scary because it's the most realistic thing. I think the worst, nothing is scarier than the human being itself. So I hope you enjoyed this quick installment of Spooky Vault. I know it's really short and I apologize. Explanation for those things will be in a new Mercy Unscripted coming up. I do have a special effects video coming up shortly, and following the special effects video I will be doing a small photo shoot, and there will be captions featured by one member of the Spooky fam. So if you would like to keep up with the photos and all that stuff, follow me on all the social medias, links in the description. As for the how-to to do the look I'm going to be doing, I'm just working on my setup to where I can put my camera and all that good stuff. That's coming at you. Another episode of Mercy Unscripted. It's going to be a studio project insider video to show you exactly what's going on, and a top 8 for Hammer Horror. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you, Spooky Family, and if you're new, welcome to the Spooky Family. If you'd like to, go ahead, click your bell, all that cliched YouTube stuff people do at the end of videos. I'll see you guys later. Bye.